What is up, you guys? For today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how to get this smoky mermaid type of look using the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills x Amrezy palette collaboration. And let me tell you, this palette is literally a Barbie fantasy. Like, look at how beautiful the packaging of it is. It's like this glittery pink all over. It is seriously so beautiful. And you get this foiled gold text. It's so gorgeous. And then when we open her up, that is the color story. Like, literally, this screams Barbie to me. Like, look at how many shimmers there is. You get some pressed glitters. It is seriously so magical. However, before we jump into it, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. And on Instagram, I post a bunch more tutorials over on there if you're looking for some inspiration. So before we jump into using the palette, I do want to prime my eyelids, and of course we are going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. So once you primed your eyelids, now we are going to be jumping into the palette, and let me tell you, this is giving me complete Barbie vibes. Like, it is seriously such a beautiful packaged palette. It is like this textured glittery feel to it. I will say the texture isn't my favorite. I feel like it's gonna get dirty over time if you have it in your makeup bag, but nonetheless, it is so stunning. And I love like the gold text in here too. It is so beautiful. And then when we open her up, look at those colors. They are so beautiful. I really love this blue shade right here, so we're gonna have to use that one today. Now, I don't know if you're like this too, but every time I open up a brand new palette, it is always so tricky to figure out which shade I want to go in with first, since I have so many ideas in my head. But the first shade I think I want to go in with is this beautiful deep and plum shade called Sensa. And then using this Sigma E35, I'm going to be popping that right into my crease, and then as well as using it to round out my outer V, and then doing these little circular motions to blend it upwards towards my brow. Okay, I was expecting that to actually be a lot more earthy than it applied. I'm actually a little shocked right now. Like, this is definitely pulling a lot more pink than what I expected. It's still such a beautiful color. It's literally blending out so nice too. I'm just going to go in with a second layer to really build up the color of this and also just bring a little bit more depth to the look. But man, like, the pigmentation of this shadow is seriously so nice. Like, that is only 2 dips. Like, that is just so much pigment. After using that shadow and blending it out, it's one of those ones when you're blending it out, it kind of gets a little bit more dusty and it kind of goes a little bit further than what you're expecting. So do keep that in mind if you do use this shade. So the next shade that we are going to be going in with is one that I'm actually really curious about and one that I'm actually really excited for. And I know you guys are going to be like, but Breyonna, it's a neutral shade. Like, why would you be excited about a neutral? But let me tell you, this reminds me of one of my favorite MAC single shadows that I had back in the day called Sketch. It is called Yugo. It's kind of like a brown, but like it's cool toned, and it has like this little hint of purple to it. It is so pretty. Then using this Sigma E33, I'm going to be applying this ever so lightly into my crease, as well as using it to round out my outer V. And when I'm doing this, I am using like the lightest pressure because I don't want it to overpower the purple that we just applied. I just wanted to lightly deepen it up. And this brush is perfect for it because it's such a sparse little blending brush and it just gets right up in the crease really nicely. I know you may be thinking I'm crazy right now because I'm literally obsessed with the neutral shade, and I gotta say, like, I love my colors, but this shadow is just so beautiful. I just love the depth that it's giving this purple, and it also just has like this really nice hint of brown to it. It is seriously such a gorgeous shadow. I'm so excited that it is in this palette. So here's in my right now, and I gotta say, like, this smoky purple look, ooh, she be hitting different. I don't know about you guys, but like purple eyeshadow is literally my favorite. That and green, like anytime I use either one of them, I just absolutely adore the look. But nonetheless, off camera, I'm just gonna cut my crease real quick and then I'll be right back. So once you cut your crease and the base is 100% dry, which you really want to make sure of, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is one that I just think is so beautiful, and that is this beautiful bright blue shade called Leo. Then using a dampened little flat shader brush, I'm going to be packing this anywhere that that base is showing. Okay, that is so pretty. Like, I cannot get over how gorgeous that is. Like, it's like a true blue, but it also has like a little bit of brightness to it, and it has such a ton of shimmer to it too. Like, dang, that is such a gorgeous shade. Man, I cannot get over how beautiful this blue is. But as you can see, after we applied it, we do have a little bit of a harsh line going on between the smoky purples and the blue, which we do not want because, girl, on this channel, we do not want harsh lines unless it is with our cut crease. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of Yugo on the Sigma E55, and then taking the brush the long way, I'm going to be packing it on this outer third of my lid. So what I'm doing is essentially packing down Yugo and then flicking it inwards towards the blue to blend the 2 colors together. Now you could definitely leave this right here, but honestly, I kind of want to try something a little bit different. So what we are going to do is go into this shade called Barb right here. It's kind of like a lighter pinky champagne shade, but it has like this really pretty green reflect to it. Then using a different flat shader brush dampen, I'm going to be packing this anywhere that that blue is showing. I'm using this kind of like a lid topper in a way. Okay, but the brush absolutely did not cut it. Like, it applied like literally nothing. So what I'm going to do is take my finger and then just start tapping it right on top. And I will say, like, this shadow is really, really soft in texture. Okay, that's really pretty. Ooh, I love the shimmer of that. Like, dang, that's gorgeous. Literally, Anastasia makes some of like the best shimmers. Like, they just have like the best formula to them. They're super creamy and they just look so nice in the eyes. Now don't get me wrong, this look was absolutely stunning before we applied Barb, but like once we had Barb on the lid, oh my gosh, like it literally made it next level. Like it was like right here and Barb like made it like right here to me. I don't know what it is about it, but it's such a beautiful shadow. It's super sparkly, has a lot of glitter to it, and it just literally transformed this look and just made it extra special. I definitely could see myself using this palette again just for Barb because it's such a unique shadow. It's like a baby pink, but it has like this little hint of green to it. I don't know if you can kind of see it like right now, like this like greenish shade, and it also kind of made like the look a little bit more of like a gray undertone too. I don't know, there's just something so magical about it. But nonetheless, off camera, I'm gonna kind of clean things up a little bit since Barb got a little bit of fallout on my face, and apply my complexion products, and then I'll be right back. So here's where I'm at right now after applying my complexion products as well as some liner and some lashes, and now we're going to start working on the lower lash line just to tie everything together. And I gotta say, this is definitely giving me like smoky mermaid kind of vibes. Like, it's not giving me like full-on mermaid vibes because like when I think of mermaids, I think of really bright and like fun and colorful shades, whereas this is kind of more on the darker side, so maybe more of like a siren? Yeah, let's go with that. So first things first, I'm just going to line my waterline using the ColourPop Gel Liner Pencil in the shade Charmer. Seriously, if you've never tried out these pencils, I highly recommend them. They are super affordable and really crazy pigmented. And then with this shade, I'm just going to line my waterline, look upwards while doing this, and then smoke it downwards slightly. And I really love this shade because it's like a deepened burgundy, but it has like a little bit of raspberry to it. It is super, super pretty. And before that baby sets in place, I'm just going to go in with that shade that we used earlier called Semsa. And I'm just going to lightly smoke this right on top using a Morphe M507 brush. And when I'm doing this, I'm doing back and forth motions, but you want to be really, really careful with this because you don't want to bring it down too far, otherwise you're going to look like a panda or you have like a bruise on your eye, and we definitely do not want that. We just want a little pop of color right underneath the lower lash line. So once you have your lower lash line all nice and smoked out, now we are going to be doing my all-time favorite part, which you guys know is the inner corner highlight. I just feel like it's definitely like the cherry on top of a full look, but the shade that we are going to be going in with is one that we used earlier, and that is called Barb. And then using this Mona Brush's Smoky Eye Brush Dampen, I'm going to be packing the shit out of this into my inner corner because, girl, we want this inner corner blinding. But, like, look at how beautiful Barb is. Like, Barb is the star of the show, in my opinion, out of this palette. I mean, it's just such a unique color. And, like, it just has, like, this gorgeous shine to it. I cannot get over how gorgeous it is. And I feel like it's one of those shadows, too, that you can put over other ones and you can transform it. So it's definitely a banger in my book. Do you see what I mean though? Barb, she is it. She's the star of the show. She's the girl next door that we all want to be. Like, look at how gorgeous it is. Like, compared to like no inner corner Barb, like, ooh, like it just hits different. But yeah, so here's the finished look using the Anastasia Beverly Hills X Amrezy palette, and let me tell you, I am literally obsessed with the look that we created today using this palette, and I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. When we were up to that Shadow Leo, I just was not vibing with this look. I actually debated on washing it off and completely restarting over because it just seemed like all the colors were in the same tones. They just weren't really going well together. I don't know, I just wasn't vibing with it, so I was like, man, do I want to wash this off? And then we used Barb, and Barb completely changed it for me. It just made it so much more magical. It made the shadows look a lot cooler. It gave me like that little extra pizzazz that I was looking for too. It's just such an underrated shadow. I hope more people like that shadow too because, man, it is such a gorgeous and stunning formula. So let's talk about the eyeshadow formula, because let's be real, that is the most important thing about this beautiful palette right here. And first of all, I've got to say, like, the mattes in here are so crazy pigmented. You barely need any pigment on your brush, and it's like instant payoff, which is awesome. I will say though, this shade called Semsa, the first one that we used, that's one of those shadows where you have to kind of make sure that you're a little careful with it, because it is so crazy pigmented and the formula is slightly dusty, so it does kind of go like this and get in places that you don't want it to. So do keep that in mind if you do use it, but nonetheless, the color is absolutely gorgeous on the eyes. So let's talk about the shimmer formula in this palette, and the first color that we are going to be talking about is this beautiful bright blue shade called Leo. And don't get me wrong, like Leo, he's cute and it's really, really stunning on the eyes, but it just doesn't have like that extra dimensional shimmer to it that I was really hoping for. I mean, it's like shimmery, it just doesn't have like that extra pizzazz to it, but still the formula is absolutely fantastic on the eyes. But I will say the shimmer that I feel like is just extra special is this one right here called Barb. Like seriously, it is so underrated and just so beautiful on the eyes. Hands down is my favorite shadow in this palette so far. I seriously see everybody and their mother right now talking about the pressed glitters in this palette, but girl, talk about Barb. Like, give Barb some credit. Like, Barb is such a beautiful shadow. Seriously, I cannot get over how gorgeous it is on the eyes. Like, just trust me on this one. Like, Barb will change your life if you get this palette. Like, it is that stunning on the eyes. So when it comes down to it, would I recommend the Anastasia Beverly Hills X Amrezy palette to you guys? And honestly, I definitely recommend checking out this palette. Seriously, it is such a cool palette. If you're familiar with Anastasia's shadow quality out of her normal palettes, this one literally is the exact same. So if you're into it, you will definitely love this one as well. And I gotta say, like, I literally love this palette and I can see myself traveling with it just because you get so many different options with it. Like, you look at the color story, you can do like your basic everyday neutrals. You can do these really dark smoky eyes like what I'm wearing right now, and you can also do really fun and colorful looks too, since you do get a couple of pops of color in here. Seriously, this palette gives you so many options and just such a really fun color story. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know if you're going to be picking up this palette or not. But as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a like. And also, if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Oh, I dropped that. How did I drop that? Okay. Time to go.